Getting out of your comfort zone can lead to some of the best experiences in life. When you paddle onto a wave, you're not thinking about money or emails. You're tuned into something bigger. A feeling that comes when chaos turns into harmony, fear gives way to the thrill of freedom. And that flow state isn't handed to you. You earn it through discipline, countless hours of falling, getting up and trying again. Like surfing, trading is a challenge of discovering creative ways to thrive within complexity, risk and chaos. And whether I'm surfing, climbing, riding or trading, it's about showing up, focusing on the process and letting the results take care of themselves. Some days are brutal, some wipeouts and falls really hurt, but every bit of that effort is worth it. Success comes when you set your ego aside and commit to the process. You become sharper with each step and soon find you've achieved something that most people only dream about. You can't separate risk from reward. You can only learn how to respect it, train for it and work with it. With the right guidance, the right tools and a healthy dose of persistence, anyone can move from uncertainty to mastery and thrive in the markets. Actually, trading success is just a couple of simple steps, just not the ones you'd expect. And simple doesn't mean easy or easy to find. Working it out alone can take years. And if you don't believe me, hey, I wouldn't have either. I wish I had a future me to listen to 10 years ago. Joining a prop firm or a trading desk can help, but they rely on infrastructure and capital that you won't have access to when you're out on your own. And when that's gone, you're back to square one. That's why mentorship and community matter. And trust me, you don't want to go the way that I did. For me, trading success means consistent returns, freedom to live on my own terms, and a calm confidence in my process. If you don't have all three, is it really worth it? Just give someone else your money to manage and continue on with your day job. But I can tell you that it is possible, but I didn't do it the smartest way. In fact, I almost broke myself chasing it. You might know how tough it can be. I've been there and probably in a bigger hole than you're in. When I'm not trading, I'm surfing, mountain biking or rock climbing. The whole point of trading for a living was to create more time for that kind of thing. Now, what I love about rock climbing is how your attention and your focus shift when you're on the edge. What you achieve on that wall is directly proportional to your level of focus and dedication. You have to face your fears, you will take some falls, but the reward for all that effort is a satisfaction that I don't think you can achieve any other way. What was previously impossible becomes possible. I think that mindset was the only thing that really got me through. So about 10 years ago, I quit a solid investment banking career to trade full-time. In fact, it wasn't even my first attempt. I was driven by deep motivations for freedom that, just put me in a place where I would not quit. The corporate world never felt right. The politics, the inauthenticity, and what I felt ultimately was meaningless work. I needed autonomy, something meaningful. My entrepreneurial and even my spiritual side wanted something different. So I had solid foundations, an education in economics and finance, experience on a trading floor in London, trained in risk management and derivatives at the Sydney Futures Exchange, JP Morgan, investment banks, brokers, advisors. I'd even built businesses before. I had discipline and I had always traded on the side. So on paper, I was ready. Initially, I continued discretionary trading. I invested thousands of bucks in courses looking for the perfect strategy. And one thing stood out. Professional traders had strict rules. Testing those in Excel was impossible. There was never a true verification of the model. Then I discovered algorithmic or quantitative trading, and boom, this was it for me. Trading rules tested and executed automatically, emotionless trading, analysis done up front, and I could even trade the US markets while I was asleep in Australia. I was sold, and I was on the right track. I built a beautifully back-tested strategy, and of course it failed miserably in live trading. I did make all the mistakes, so I didn't know what I didn't know. Friends and family were worried, to say the least. I'd always been a black sheep, but now leaving stability for trading seemed reckless. My confidence collapsed. The financial stress began taking an emotional toll. I was 2 years in, and I remember the day that I fell onto my bed and sank into depression. I just could not see what came next for me. Now, if you haven't reached this point yet, let me save you the trouble. The YouTube ads and the cheap trading courses are rubbish. Non-professional traders aren't worth listening to, and changing the markets you trade or the time frames or the strategies won't help. There's no holy grail strategy, there's no easy fix. A mentor I'd reached out to finally agreed to help, and hey, it cost me everything I had left, of course, but I doubled down, partnering with a quant fund manager, managing real money with a real track record. Everyone saw a gamble, but I knew this was right. Well, everything shifted, but not overnight. Working with a master pulled it all together. For 2 years, I learned from an expert, developing a new mindset. I made maybe 7 or 8% those 2 years. Not amazing, but I was building up from solid foundations. I was learning what was needed to boost those returns, and I diversified, I reviewed my execution, I implemented real robustness testing methods, I understood capital allocation, and I learned how to hunt down reliable trading edges. The next step was making it my own. So I built execution software, I automated my trading, I tailored strategies to my exact requirements. I was building with purpose now. 2 years in, I deployed my strategy set and made 66% that year. My world transformed in a moment. Of course, a moment that was 5 years in the making, not counting the lifelong career in the markets before that. Look, obviously some years are better than others, but I knew that I'd cracked it. I was now on the same playing field as the institutions. I knew what they were doing. To stay ahead, I collaborated with great traders. That led to the podcast, another way to keep learning. Everything changed. I refined processes, I applied correct principles, I used the proper tools, collaboration validated my work, and now my daily routine transformed. Stress, noise, frustration were gone. Here's what most traders don't realise. Discretionary trading demands a psychological, a mental and emotional profile that very few possess. Emotions take over, rules get broken, losses spiral. Algorithmic trading changes that. Data drives decisions. You scale markets, timeframes, strategies. Rules and discipline prevail. Diversification, which of course is finance's only free lunch, becomes real. Automated execution follows. Hey, institutions trade this way. The best fund ever, Rentec, is a quant fund. I do think that there's a sort of optimal path to trading mastery. I've picked up on this, I think, by surrounding myself with market wizards. The Algo Advantage podcast emerged organically out of that. Collaborating with top traders to build courses and community was the logical next step. Like everything before, I built it to help myself and fill the education void. Algo Advantage is all about finding the trading masters, actual quant fund managers who can teach. And I think if I can do anything, I can do that. Imagine knowing exactly what these traders do, but not just the strategies they use. but the process that they deploy daily to build systems that consistently outperform the market. That's the key. Imagine how much you can fast track the whole journey being a part of this crew. What we're really creating here is a trading pod that supercharges the trading for all of us, myself included. Sure, you can access courses, but the community is where the mentorship and the collaboration really come to life. We'll be surrounded by top-tier traders and genuine market wizards to support each other, working on our group trading desk, growing something that just does not exist anywhere else. If you've still got questions after that, then just reach out to chat with me at any time, and I'll see you on the inside.